Hey everyone, we are live right now. You're probably seeing my Amelia scroll through, and as mentioned, I have fixed that for anybody with OCD. So it used to go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Now it's corrected so that there's not that skip. But yeah, we're gonna switch back over to the Drawpile tab, and I will introduce my guest briefly. Hey everyone, first of all, I'll actually introduce myself. I am Aim, the former Duke of the Netherworld. Now I work a 9-to-5 job. That's just as frustrating as my old job, so I take the edge off by VTubing. And here with me tonight is Jenny, and I will let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm middle-aged and I play video games on the internet.
Yeah, I can relate. So, alrighty. Well, what we're going to do tonight is another Drawpile. I think this is the 4th in that series. And hey, Halbrook.
Hi, Halbrook.
So, first off, as you may know, I have a secret theme decided beforehand, and I'm going to reveal that. I do have a backup if you don't like this one. But, So actually, you hit a milestone of a year, and I saw that stream just recently. And on that stream, I learned something that I would have known if I'd been paying more attention, but that you're a fan of extraterrestrial stuff, and I thought that could be a fun theme if you wanted to draw like extraterrestrial themed stuff.
That sounds like a great idea.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, I'm good with that. But also, you had another great idea that I think would be a fun way to start, and a little icebreaker.
Yeah. So in college, me and my friends used to get drunk and then try and draw Homer Simpson from memory. Neither of us are drunk, but it's still hard to draw Homer Simpson from memory.
Extremely hard, yes. So,
let's try it.
Yeah. Without references, we'll both give our best effort.
I'm sure it'll go just fantastic.
Of course. Okay, let me insert a couple of layers real quick, just in case you want to do any coloring. One thing about Drawpile is we've discovered that only the hosting person can edit the layer information. So if you ever need more layers or layer opacity or something, just let me know and I'll
okay.
Take care of that. Okay. All right, Homer Simpson.
Homer Simpson.
Let's see what we can do.
I haven't even watched The Simpsons in years.
Yeah, I can already tell that I'm just picturing the one Homer Simpson I know, which is him fading into the bushes. So that's the one I'm gonna draw.
Oh, hey, Knox.
Hey, and Heat Sonata as well. I can already tell I don't know the nose. This is gonna be bad. Actually, I've watched a couple of Simpsons recently, just because when you're in a hotel room and all you got is cable, you end up watching some old cartoons, and so I guess I've watched Simpsons recently. But that said, I have no confidence that I'm John Chris. 0.
Wait, did I do his hair? Does he have that or that?
Huh.
Does he have the top hair or the side hair?
I'm not sure. I know he's got the top hair because I was thinking that too, but I'm not sure about the side hair. And I can tell you for certain that I'm going to have... Now my memory of him is colored a little bit by yours and improved.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay, because he was going to look much worse before I saw that. So I'm just going to cheat a little bit. Shoot, it's so hard. It's so much harder than you think it would be.
Right, like The Simpsons are really simple, so you're like, oh, it'll be so easy, and then
Yep, exactly. Oh man, yeah, it's funny because for the first, or like a couple years back, I had not been using like reference images at all. Like I was just too lazy to do it. Now, of course, being in the VTuber community, I've been drawing a lot of VTuber fan art, and one thing I find is I don't want to mess up details of people's designs and things. so that was a good way to train myself to start using references again, and I think it's helped a lot.
That's good.
Unlike Homer here, who unfortunately is not getting a reference. He's gonna look super
okay.
strange.
It's on purpose.
Right. It's by design. Yeah. Oh boy. Golly. Yeah, you drew a pretty quick Homer too.
Yeah, I don't know how this Homer appeared.
Yeah.
Just fully formed.
He materialized from the bushes.
Yeah.
Right. Like the GIF in reverse. Oh man. Boy, that was a lot trickier than I thought it would be. I think you're right about the hair on the back though. He must have that because it looks barren if you don't have something like that.
Yeah. I don't know where I got the hair on the top part. Is that like Doug or something? No, Doug is like...
No, here's my thinking. I think he has both. I think he's got the hair on the top end. Because I remember...
That would make sense.
Yeah, I remember the stuff on the top. I just had forgotten the stuff on the back. Yeah. You ever seen that cursed Simpsons from front view?
From what?
From front view, where there's like that account that posts pictures of the Simpsons edited so that they're facing front view instead of side view.
No!
That
sounds terrible.
It's pretty cursed. Pretty cursed.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's about as good as I'm gonna get for... I think I've unintentionally given him my shirt instead of his shirt.
Honestly, you weren't that far off. Like,
oh yeah.
I think a lot of people, when we would like get drunk and do it, would either put the ear too far in on the head or like completely forget like the mouth part, like the fact that it's like he's got the 5 o'clock shadow that's pretty much separated.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, you can even with characters you see all the time, there's lots of mistakes you can make. Like if I were to try to draw, for instance, someone you see even more commonly like Peter Griffin or like even like an Among Us guy, I'll bet I couldn't get all the details exactly correct.
Oh man, Among Us.
Let me try it real quick. Hey, Among Us actually fits the extraterrestrial theme.
That's true. You can draw a little imposter.
Yeah, there you go. Actually, no, I'm sorry. He is actually really easy to draw. I think that's pretty close. The shapes.
Honestly, that's why Among Us is so good. Is because they're so like they're easy for kids to draw. So of course they're having fun with it.
Yeah. Man, I was hanging out with my nephews recently, and they were talking about Among Us, and I realized that they had played significantly more of it than I have. Being a VTuber, and that felt like a defeat. No, I'm just kidding. It was fun. But it was funny to hear them talking. Oh, so I'm sorry.
That's so cute.
Yeah. They are pretty cute. And you know what? I just realized I haven't been looking at chat at all, so hey everyone in chat. Let's see. And you know, we actually did try Agio. What I was finding is my pin thickness is not quite working there, so I might for future collabs, but I gotta figure out how to fix that first. Okay, well, we got these on paper. I guess I should color my Amogus as well. I like to cheat and use the fill tool myself.
Oh yeah, I always forget that like programs have fill tools.
Yeah, Whenever I use Clip Studio, I use the fill tool a lot. The way I do that is by I do like the reference upper layer, and so it'll keep the black lines but allow me to color the layer below. So I just do that to save time. But depending on the brush you use, you can end up with a lot of like white spaces doing that, so it's not always a good idea. Yeah, what I mean is for the thickness there, whenever I was using my tablet, trying to draw a line, for instance, like this, it's subtle, but there's a difference in thickness at the point where I put the pen down and when I draw like the continuous line, and for some reason it doesn't pick that up in agi.io. I just don't know what's going on there. But this will work fine. We're good. Okay, let me think. So now that I've got Homer Simpson, my Homer Simpson looks basically like an alien. We've got Amogus. I should think of another extraterrestrial character to draw.
Oh, I think I might have. I hope that didn't go through. Okay, then. Okay.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, sometimes.
I thought I just like filled the entire layer, and I don't want to do that.
Oh, I see. They seem to have like a protection against filling the entire layer.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, because I noticed unless a line is really distinctly closed up, it won't let you use the fill tool at all. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yep. And yeah, Parzival, the weird part is, I think it's got the pin pressure because it does seem to understand opacity when I push down. It just doesn't get like a distinct thickness, like I can't trail off, for instance. I'm not sure what's going on.
Let's see. Nox is the alien from Alien. That sounds really hard to draw from memory.
Ooh, that does sound hard to draw. But
I've seen,
I can give it a try.
I think I saw the costume in person. I think down in Seattle they have some pop culture museum, and they have like a big horror section.
Ooh.
Which is cool. Like, but now I can't remember what it looked like.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can remember like the vaguest semblance, and that's probably what I'm going to draw now. Normally I'd use a reference, but this whole business of trying to draw without a reference is actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
I might make that a theme for tonight. Cool. Alright, let's see. Oh man, the hard part is like picturing where the eyes would normally be and knowing that it doesn't have eyes. Like, how's that going to look? Oh boy.
The Great Gazoo. Oh my gosh. I haven't thought about that guy in so long. Do you think he's going to be in that new Hanna-Barbera cartoon?
Probably. Have you ever, I actually watched an episode or two of that. It's much stranger than I expected.
Is it? But is it like funny? Do you think kids would like it?
It's one of those shows that it's almost too juvenile for kids, but it's it's almost too juvenile for adults, but then it's got jokes mixed in that like only adults will get. And they're kind of like, a little bit like saucier. So, it's hard to say if kids would like it or not. I'm not sure. It's got a little bit of like the characters from the original, but I don't know if you saw it. It's got.
I've seen
like
clips.
Yeah. So they put in a lot of the familiar characters, but they changed a lot of aspects of them, even like gender, for instance. So, Jabberjaw, for instance, is represented as a female character.
Well, that's kind of fun.
Yeah. I think, and I saw Megasonger talked about this a little bit on Twitter. The problem with a lot of old Hanna-Barbera cartoons is they didn't really have a lot of female characters established. So probably they just took a lot of their older characters and just kind of gave them an update so they'd have a decent roster of female characters. Yeah. Which I can understand.
I wonder. I know that at the very least it's like being made by a team of people who really, really love Hanna-Barbera properties. I think is it the Chowder guy who's in charge of it?
Oh, really? I can see that now that you say it. It actually has a lot of similarities to Chowder.
So at least I respect it on like that front.
Yeah.
Like, I hope it does well. It seems cute.
Yeah. The strangest part is, so I was watching the first episode of it, and you've got that. Okay, so Yogi is in a hospital, and he's doing doctor stuff, and so I thought this is a skit. I thought that we were going to see that he's a doctor in this episode, and then next episode he might be like, back in the forest or a waiter or something. But he's actually a doctor, like full time in the show. Like that's just what they made him, as a doctor. Maybe
there's just not so much you can do in the woods.
Maybe. So everybody's got their like distinct roles in the town. Like Huckleberry Hound is the mayor and so forth.
That makes sense for him.
Yeah, I suppose. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. This might be worth a check out. Oh man, your Alien came out a lot better from memory than mine. There's a lot of details I just can't remember.
Let me look at yours.
I've just got doing.
So you included the spit. That's important.
Yeah, acid inside stuff. I have a funny story about that too. You remember on Mortal Kombat had a character that was alien for Mortal Kombat. I want to say 9. It was either 9 or 10. I think 9. and it was so have you ever looked at like the tier lists? They would have like, have you ever looked at tier lists for fighting games? Like, yep. So they would have all the tiers laid out, and then at the very top there would be acid blood alien tier. And so it's basically he could leave these pools of acid on the ground that would do extra damage while he did his combos. So everybody like at the top level of play was only playing alien because he was just so much stronger.
Jeez.
It was rough.
I mean, it's kind of fun though.
Yes, that's true. It's always fun to see the cameo characters they include in that. It's a little bit like Dead by Daylight. Yeah, they have a lot of horror type characters together on one roster. It's almost like Smash of horror at this point.
It really is. And I saw, I know they just announced like Pinhead, I think.
That's right.
And there were a lot of really salty Five Nights at Freddy's fans in the replies because I guess part of the teaser said something about 87, and that's when Hellraiser came out. But they're like, but the bite of 87 is so much more important. And I'm like, no, it isn't, children. Sorry. Like, I want them to have their fun game character in the game. That sounds great. But like, don't be angry because it's not yet. It'll get there.
Yeah. Oh man, Five Nights at Freddy's is just something I've never. I played the first one very briefly, but now I know they've just got this huge lore built behind it, and it's something I know nothing about. There's so many characters and things now.
Yeah, I just watch people's analysis of videos of it because I was like, I'm never gonna play these. I don't like jump scares. Just tell me if there's anything cool. Oh, there's not? Okay, bye.
I got you. Yeah, I watched another streamer play it on stream recently, and he was very much that same opinion. He was like, I'm not going to enjoy this, but you guys got the subathon goal, so I'm going to do it anyways. And then he played like a few minutes of it, and he was like, you know, if I'm not enjoying this as much as I'm not, then there's no way you guys are. He switched to something else.
Yeah, like, I guess it's kind of fun to see people get a little, jump scared every now and then, but if that's all it is, I don't think it's very fun to watch, especially if like the person isn't enjoying it at all.
Yeah. Some people really like to be scared on stream, and then some people are just like, I've played this myself, I know that I don't enjoy it, so I'm not going to subject everyone else to it. Of course, the other side of it is some people do use that as like a subathon like type goal. People who have like funny reactions to horror games, but they don't play them often, sometimes do that.
Wait, did I reach the horror game subathon goal for me? I don't remember. I know I set a rule that you can't do. I won't do Outlast.
Oh, no Outlast. I see. Yeah, Outlast looks very scary. I've not played that one though, but I've watched a couple of people stream it.
I think it has like. It can be interesting at times, from what I've seen. At least with the second one. The first one seems kind of boring when I watch the playthrough. Okay. But I don't know. It's my blood pressure.
Yeah, I understand. I like horror games, but I haven't played many like on stream or anything like that. I've been trying to think of what would be I think a good one would be Fatal Frames. That one's gonna come out on PC, and I definitely want to play that when it's out. Because I actually did play it on the... Well, I didn't play it. I watched my brother play it on the Wii U. And
was it the Crimson Butterfly one? Or is it the...
this one is the... What do you call it? Maiden of Black Water, I think, is the name of that one.
Okay. I think I know what that is.
Yeah, it's like...
a long time.
Yeah, I got you. It's number 5 in the series. I'm a big fan of the series, so I've seen all of them except for the one that didn't come over, which I think is 4. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Nox says he still thinks about that one alien horror game demo that you checked out.
Okay, so it was such a bad demo too. Like but I'm like terrified of gray aliens, and that was the type of aliens advertised in this game. But also I really like alien media, so I was like, maybe I can get through it. But I got like 5 minutes in, I knew that they were coming, but I didn't know when. It started making a weird noise, and I was like, I'm out. Bye. Goodbye forever. I can't play this. But I am going to play it when it comes out with the full edition. But yeah, apparently it was like 2 or 1 minute before the end of the game. Because like it makes annoying noise at you. You like run around the house, then you leave, you get into your car, an alien punches you in the face and the demo ends. So.
Oh, actually, that sounds like it wasn't Chasing Static, was it?
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, maybe it's not one I've played then. But yeah. It's,
yeah, didn't you play Prop? I don't know how that's pronounced.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I sure did. I played. It's funny because I just played Cultic, and that demo was about a little over an hour, I think. When I played H-Rod, I was really enjoying it, but the demo is only about 30 minutes, so I realized...
Oh, no.
No, but it's good, because what I realized after that is I downloaded like a whole bunch of other demos, and I played those all night, really. But what I found was H-Rod was definitely the best demo I played that night. It's got a lot of promise to it.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it, even though that's not really my genre of game.
Yeah. It's funny, it looks like the Among Us alien is killing the...
No, they're friends.
Oh, okay. They're doing a co-op kill.
There you go. Yeah. Add the Among Us imposter to Dead by Daylight.
Right.
Actually, wait. I think if they added Alien, it would be really fun, actually.
Yeah, Alien would fit right in there, really.
Yeah, and then they would make a cool... Well, I don't know if they'd actually want to do like a spaceship area.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's...
I think they have a spaceship, yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, it's one of the maps they added. I don't play very... I think I've only tried one test game. I've always meant to play more, but I've only played like one test game ever. So.
It's just so like hard to find games if you're a survivor. If you're playing as a
Oh, you're talking about Dead by Daylight?
Yeah.
The alien looks like it's at the computer typing. I'm drawing a little PNG for the next time I collab with the alien.
Yeah.
If you're on one side of the screen.
Alien's working on the TPS reports.
Right. He's doing tasks. He's not sus.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Non-sus.
Oh, I think in my last stream I joked about making an anime girl that was like in an astronaut suit named Susie Baka.
Get in on the craze before it's gone.
Yeah.
Go for it. Let's see. Shoot. It's funny because my brother was actually working on a PNG for his channel where he does some art and stuff. I mean his Twitter handle. And his guy is like a creepy guy in like a hazmat suit, and I keep making jokes that it's Among Us.
Oh no!
But it's just a guy in a hazmat. I mean, it's a guy in a hazmat suit. It's kind of spooky, but it's not actually Among Us.
It'd be funny. Somebody has to have an Among Us Sona, you know?
Yeah, that's true. VTubers do play a lot of Among Us, so a lot of them have like PNGs they make for those that are them in their Among Us suit. Let's see. Who are you drawing now?
I'm drawing Susie Baka.
Susie Baka. Well, I'm not sure what to draw there, but I might draw my brother's PNG real quick because he's kind of extra tricky.
Yeah.
I'll try it. Again, I'm doing it from memory, so I'm not sure I'm going to do it justice, but I'll try. But yeah, H-Rod was a really good demo, and Cultic was a really good demo. Definitely looking forward to those games. I don't know if you saw, but this week Quake got a big update, so I'm sort of thinking about going back and playing that some more too.
Oh, I think I saw people talking about that.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. Let's see, there's way more. Oh no, I guess I can imagine. Red suit plus big glass window.
Wait. Is that censored word? Does it say porn?
It does say
it's censored for me.
I wasn't going to say it, but that's what it says. And unfortunately, I can definitely imagine that being the case.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But anyway, yeah, excited for that Quake remaster.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yep, yeah. I never played the original expansions either, so it occurred to me that could make for a pretty good stream.
Oh yeah.
I might do it.
It'd be even more fun if you could find somebody who's like a seasoned Quake vet to like play with you.
Yeah, that's true. I have a friend who will play with me anytime I ask him to. He's always waiting for the words. So maybe I'll invite him. I was
That'd
a little
be good.
Yeah, I was a little nervous to have him on stream though because he's so much more advanced at it than I am that oftentimes I just kind of end up like following him around through empty rooms of guys he's already killed. So
Aw.
I'm not sure if it would be that much fun to watch, but maybe I'll put him on tap for this next upcoming stream. Let's see. Gosh, I cannot remember the details here. Hopefully this is okay. Alright. You got any big streams coming up for, I guess actually you probably don't because you're going away for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I want to finish Metro because I only did one stream of that and it was very interesting. And then I want to play Dark Souls, and I want to do, since I accidentally wrote party dagger, I want to somehow create a party dagger build, but I was trying to say parry dagger.
The party dagger build.
Yeah, I'll think of something.
I'm sure there's something out there.
Yeah, I spent like a bunch of time staring at Dark Souls 1 stats this week because I was like, I wanted, what are the cool covenants? I didn't really do any of that. So I want to figure that stuff out too.
I got you. Yeah, whenever I play Dark Souls, I unfortunately miss a fair bit of the content each time because I'm the kind of guy who, if I have to read a guide for it, I probably just don't do it. So only after the fact do I learn about all this cool stuff I didn't do.
I was really lucky, like, since the first time I ever streamed, it was just me playing Dark Souls the entire time for the most part. And just people showed up and were like, here's everything, how to do everything. Here's here's the best weapon.
I see. Yeah, I can imagine there's probably a lot of people who get around in Dark Souls streams since it's a pretty popular stream game. And
Oh yeah.
the people
Which
who
is
know-
surprising because it's so old.
Yeah. But the people who know about it. So
Yeah.
they are probably eager to show off their knowledge. Let's see.
I think the like one major Dark Souls wiki site also just like shows you who's streaming Dark Souls.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah. So I think that can be a buff too.
True. Yeah. There's probably some people who just never get tired of watching it. I know there's definitely people who never get tired of playing it. I can certainly imagine. For me, I'm usually a one playthrough kind of person. I just don't have the attention span for a whole lot of playthroughs. Man,
That makes sense.
That is a cute VTuber design you got there. Sushi bucket.
I wonder if I could like pay my artist to just make it and then sell.
Nice. An adoptable.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. Cool. I've been seeing a lot of people making adoptables recently on my timeline.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Because you can't convert your own. I mean, you know, if you're the type of person who can do character design or live 2D or so forth, if you want to do like commissions, that's a very sought after type of resource right now. So, for
Yeah.
sure.
But also I can like totally understand people not wanting to do commissions because like the back and forth and the
Yeah.
changing things.
Yeah, exactly. I don't do. I know there's not a whole lot of people who'd be lining up for me for commissions, anyways. But that said, I don't do commissions just because I can't handle like the pressure of people's expectations there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but all your fan art's so cute.
Yeah, well, thank you. But yeah, I just I do everything kind of as a hobby. That's all.
That's fair.
Nox the Ox says the guy in your chat had 1,000 hours.
Yeah, was that Soren?
Oh,
He like dipped as soon as I stopped streaming Dark Souls.
that's unfortunate.
It's fine. He knows what he likes.
Yeah, that's true. we just enjoy them for the time we have. uh, let's see. Man, the game I've played most in my Steam library, I've only played like, I think almost 200 hours of.
Oh my god.
How about you? What's your like most played game?
I don't know. I think it might be one of the Fallouts, probably New Vegas.
Gotcha. That would make sense. You can put a lot of time into a Fallout game, especially with modding and all that.
And I still haven't even like played 3 of the DLC. I gotta get on that.
Yeah, I got you. Man, the sad part is I've actually never played a Dark Souls DLC before because I always play them right when they come out, and then I just never go back to them. So, oh, nice. The name is Baqua.
Yeah, that way nobody will know.
Yeah.
Oh, can I somehow turn that B into an imposter? Hold on.
I bet you could.
Wait, no.
You can turn the A. You can make a capital A and turn that into an imposter if you wanted to.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I'll spell the last name in all caps.
Nice. I should also think of another alien. You know, actually, if I drew alien, I guess I could draw predator too. They always seem to come as a pair when I think about them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's because they've been in so many things together.
Yeah. Let's see. He was actually also in that Mortal Kombat game. But,
really?
Yeah, but his tier was not nearly so high.
Aw.
But that's okay. He's got a brow line, kind of like mine.
His design has always seemed so weird to me, but that's because I watched that horrible John Travolta film first, and that's what I think of first when I see the Predator's look because of the dreadlock.
See,
what's the name of that movie? It's the one where it's based off of one of L. Ron Hubbard's books, and he did it because he is a Scientologist.
Oh no, I don't know the one you're talking about, but that sounds interesting. Or it sounds interesting in a bad way.
Yeah, it's not a good movie. Battlefield Earth. Thank you.
Gotcha. Battlefield Earth. I'm gonna have to look that up. I enjoy seeing schlocky films of that nature.
It's very schlock. It's a lot.
Oh no. I'm trying to remember. Looks like Susie Baka has been getting up to some nasty business.
She's only. What are you talking about? That's fuel.
Oh, fuel.
Very, very normal look.
Fuel. Okay, I got you. I see. Boy, it's really hard to remember what the Predator's mouth looks like just from.
It's kind of like. Isn't it like? Hold on. His mouth is kind of like this. But it almost feels kind of detached. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's detached and it's got like these like spikes that go inward, kind of like from flaps.
Oh yeah.
But I can't remember how many. I thought it was 4, but now I'm thinking about it, it might just be 2. Doing tasks and nothing else.
Yeah.
I do watch a lot of movies, and I love to see them in theaters. So I was going to see a movie this upcoming weekend, but they're all kind of review bombing, so I don't know.
Oh no!
I might still
Which
watch
movie?
One. So I was thinking I was either going to do Reminisce with Hugh Jackman, and Hugh Jackman's such a mixed bag. Sometimes you're going to get a really high scoring film, and then sometimes you're going to get like a Wolverine Origins or whatever. So you never know. And the other one was Protege, and so both of those were if you don't know that one, that was like with Michael Keaton, and it's like an action film. And Susie Q. But anyways, the both of them are doing kind of like mid-40s review wise, so I don't know.
Oh.
I might still see them. But
I wanted to go see The Green Knight, but I don't think any of the Is it good?
Oh yeah, yeah. I watched it, and it is fantastic. If you like A24 films,
Mm-hmm.
which I certainly do, then you will definitely enjoy it.
Did you see Mandy?
I did. Actually, I watched it in a watch along recently with a certain VTuber, and
Oh, how fun!
it was quite fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I think that was like the last movie I saw in theaters before everything happened.
Ah, I see. Yeah, I definitely had to drop a lot of my viewing habits. When it became dangerous to do so. So I'm still not quite in full swing, and depending on how things go, I might have to drop it again because things being how they are. But I do love to go to the theater when I can. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Plus, I mean, let's be real. They have the best popcorn.
that's true. It's just nothing beats it. I'm not sure why that is. The one thing that's funny is for a while my one of my relatives worked at a theater, and they would bring home just oodles of popcorn after they were done with their shift. Like, just imagine a trash bag just filled with popcorn.
Oh my god.
If you want to get sick of popcorn, that's the way to do it, because after eating just like handfuls of that, and it's not the good popcorn either. It's the stuff leftovers from the night, so it's like really stale. Yeah, it's not recommended. So it sounds like a when you first hear about it, it sounds like a perk of working at the theater, but it's like a curse. It's like
Yeah, eventually you just had enough.
yeah, for sure. Not so great. It's funny, the Predator with his mask on looks really cool, but when the Predator takes off his mask, it's kind of like his actual face always looks pretty funny. I don't know why.
So how do I zoom out? I want to see your stuff better.
Oh, for what I've been doing is if you go over to the, I think it's view up at the top.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, instead of that, I would use the thing at the bottom. So I think it'll say 100% by default at the very bottom.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I zoom out to like 42%, and that seems to allow me to capture both of them. Yeah. That's what I do.
Aw. I think your friend's little avatar thing's cute.
Yep. So it's pretty crazy, isn't it? Because it's got it's the hazmat suit, and up. Oh, I didn't even draw it. Up here in the main thing, he's got like a hand coming up. It's almost like a body horror thing. And
That's so fun.
Yeah. And so he's got like a hand coming up here, and the head's coming out like the chest, and it just kind of makes you think like, what's going on underneath that suit?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Did he design it or did you do it?
He designed it. Yeah.
Fun.
He does a lot of art, but he's not into he's into VTubers, but he's not a VTuber, so he just but he does do a lot of fan art and stuff. Yep. Actually, I can't shout him out because he's not a VTuber, so he doesn't have a Twitch page. But I might link his Twitter real quick in case anybody ever wants to check him out. It's kind of funny. So we're both really into VTubers, but he's into like an entirely different set of VTubers than I am. So the people he draws are like people that I wouldn't normally watch, which is okay. I've seen a couple of them and they're good. It's just you can't watch every VTuber. But yeah, if anybody ever wants to look at some of his arts and stuff, check out that link.
Oh wait, that's Heat in the chat.
Yeah,
Heat.
He's one of my mods.
Why don't you stream yourself drawing? Bud.
He certainly could.
You better start.
I've collabed with him a little bit in the past. We just played games. But it might be fun to do like an art stream collab with him sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I on the right layer? I am on the right. Okay.
Let's see. So we got Alien. I've got this stuff. Who else would be good to draw? I guess I could draw an alien VTuber. There's a whole lot of this. Hold on.
There are. I think it's fun though.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, I was going to post about this at some point, but I don't want to lump everyone together. But all of the alien VTubers I know are just fantastic VTubers. I don't know why it is. it's like something about being an alien just makes you really likable personality, I suppose.
The ultimate power. It's
Yeah.
because they have fun interests.
Could be. I'm interested. How did you end up getting into to VTubing yourself? Did you kind of get in with the Hololive boat, or I know you've been doing it for about a year.
I was really into. I mean, I saw Hololive, and they're fine and all. Like, no hate. But I've always liked the weirder ones. And so I saw Deep Web Underground, who is nobody translates her stuff, so it's hard to like introduce her to people, but she's done interviews with that like Japanese guy who joined ISIS, and she, talks about like eroge and stuff. She just like talks about whatever she wants. Love it. Which is weird, I guess, because I'm very like clean cut and I don't want to really. Well, no, that's not true. I talk about weird furry stuff all the time because it's funny to me.
Okay. Yeah, I caught a little bit of that on the 1,000.
Yeah, it's my curse knowledge. But then I also saw there's Zombie Co, who's this really cute. I think she speaks some English now, but she's this really cute zombie VTuber. Her eyes work in different ways. Like each one is kind of independent of itself, which is super cute.
Oh, nice.
And then from there, I just started finding like weird people and just had a good time with it. And I was like, well, I'm bored and this looks like fun. And I have this huge backlog of video games.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was sort of similar in terms of, well, for me, I did get in on Hololive, although I don't watch them so much anymore. But but after that, I kind of got into indie VTubers, and as I watched them, I was like, I'm already doing like art and video games and stuff like that, and I'm really into VTubers, so I better go ahead and get a start on doing that sort of stuff on stream, and maybe at the same time I'll kind of get a little bit better at talking to people, because that's something that I wanted to practice, and it's worked out pretty well so far. I've been
glad to hear.
Enjoying myself. Alrighty. Let's see. You're drawing which alien? Oh, the very classic great. I see.
For some reason, this pose just makes me think of that one that just says, "Mom, I peed the bed." So.
Gotcha. Did you ever play Perfect Dark?
I haven't. That was an N64 game, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I've heard of it, but like I never to play it.
I gotcha. Yeah, I was just asking because that had like the gray aliens in it too, and it was.
Did it?
Yeah. They were kind of near the back half of the game, but I remember I was kind of too bad at video games back then to make much progress. But I remember him being, when I did the level jump, I saw him. So yeah, I think there's aliens in that franchise and stuff.
Mm.
Yep.
I always assumed that it was just like a GoldenEye clone with a hot lady.
I see. It does carry a lot of aspects from GoldenEye, so that's definitely understandable. But pretty fun game. Might enjoy. Did you ever play Prey, the new one that came out?
I haven't. I really want to. I've heard that it's good. It sometimes just goes on for a little bit too long, but
that's true.
That's fine. Like that's not the worst complaint you could have about a video game. Unless it's Bravely Default. Don't.
I know Bravely Default, and I played the demo, but I have a really hard time doing RPGs just because I don't have the attention span to get through them. I haven't played too many in recent years, but I hear some good things about Bravely Default. But you're saying it goes on too long. I guess that's the problem.
So this is kind of a spoiler, but you get stuck in a time loop, and that time loop takes at least 4 hours to play through, and you have to do it 3 times. And in the Japanese version, I think you had to do it 7 times. No thanks. I mean, otherwise, it's like beautiful and like it's cute. I like the job system. I too don't really have like a huge attention span for JRPGs like I used to, but I was having fun up until that point. And then I was like, oh, I guess I'm never going to finish this. Bye.
Unfortunate. Yeah, there are games that unfortunately wear out their welcome at some point. So, I have a friend who is the most massive Trails shill that you'll ever meet, like Trails in the Sky and Trails of Cold Steel, stuff like that.
Oh, it's a playing game, right?
It's like an RPG. Kind of, most of them are like a school simulator now as well. But
oh, what?
Yeah, so it's almost a little bit like Persona these days. Just in terms of that, like half of it's your school life, and then the other half of it's your like combat and stuff. But anyways, that said, they're huge games. They're extremely lengthy. I think that fact precludes me from playing them, no matter how much he shills them, which frustrates him to no end. I feel like the way I drew it here, it kind of looks like Arippy is going to snap Homer Simpson's neck or something. It looks like he's sneaking up on it.
Or that she knows something that we don't.
Right. She knows.
She's pink, right?
She is pink. Yep.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yep. She's a fun VTuber. I enjoy. Let's see. There's a lot of details that I think I can't quite draw with the brush thickness the way I have it now, so I'm just gonna leave it simple. Kinda. Alright. But let me do a few colors because I feel bad about not coloring any of these. Since Amogus. At least. Amogus.
I don't know how to draw dogs. I feel like I'm pulling an Iraqi here and everybody's gonna know.
I see. Oh, are you a JoJo's fan?
I have never read the manga. I had a bunch of friends who were like super into it like 10 years before it ever came to the US. But then I just watched the anime and I was like, oh, this is entertaining. But then I kind of fell off after season 4.
I see. Yeah, I'm a big time JoJo's fan myself. I was into it back during the manga, and now I watch all the anime stuff. So I try not to be.
They just announced one, right?
What's that?
They just announced one, right?
Yeah, they did, and they actually just announced some more manga too. So good time to be a JoJo's fan.
Heck yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I try not to shill it to people because at this point everybody is tired of being shilled JoJo's. But it is a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it to people.
Yeah, I think I read Araki's book about making manga, and I thought it was very good. I think sometimes people look at JoJo and they kind of like write him off as just being weird or into like making weird stuff, but he has a lot of like solid opinions about like art, and I really appreciate his interest in fashion.
Yeah. And another interesting thing about him is when you look at the crazy poses he draws and things, you think, you think like, well, that's like made up. Nobody actually could do that. But then actually, he's got what do you call it? People do like model those poses, and he draws them. So it's like he's not making up poses. He's actually basing them off of things that he's seeing people do, I believe. So,
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Impressive stuff.
So wait, is he doing more stuff after JoJo Lion?
Yeah. They announced a new one called JoJo Land. JoJo Lands, I should say. But very little is known about it so far. Just that name. Oh man, what is that?
It's the thing.
Yeah, that's right. For some reason, I was thinking of Parasite Eve, which probably drew a little inspiration from that.
I miss Parasite Eve. I wish they'd repack.
Yeah, that would be nice. It's kind of shameful. The only Parasite Eve game I've ever played is the Third Birthday.
Oh my god!
But I've watched the other ones be played. At least I know a little bit about it.
I can't really blame you because like it's hard to get them and like they don't emulate really well from what I hear.
I see. Yeah. it's been a while since I played a game, emulated. I guess I can't talk about that too much, but I used to do, emulation back in college. But it's been a while. I find that
I never.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. You go.
Yeah,
no, you go.
I was just going to say that I find I have so many games to play normally that I never get around to the trickier to play stuff.
That's understandable.
Yeah. What were you saying?
Oh, I've never emulated, but I learned because I actually looked into it finally at 34, that you can use an emulator to play games that you actually have in your computer. And I had no idea because I have a big pile of PS2 games.
I see. Man, PS2, that was probably my if I look back at the greatest density of games that I really loved, it was probably back during the PS2 era.
PS2 had so many good games, and people weren't nice enough to it.
Yeah. You don't know what you got until it's gone. That's what they say.
Well, and then now, PS2 games are considered retro, and that makes me feel very old.
I understand. Understandable. Oh boy. Yeah, recently they talked about shutting down the PS3 library, and they ended up not doing that. But I stocked up on a lot of my favorite PS2 games, just reflexively.
Why would they shut down the PS? Well, I mean, I guess it's 2 generations old now, but still, come on.
Yeah.
Nobody can get their hands on a PS5. PS4s are expensive. People are still using the PS3. You should be happy that people are using the PS3 because everybody said the PS3 had no games.
Right. But yeah, well, funnily enough, the games I'm downloading are definitely not PS3 games. It's just PS2 games on the PS3. So I guess I'm not helping to fight back against that prejudice, but
that's their own fault.
Yeah. Man, Siren, if you ever want to look at a horror game on the PS2,
yeah,
I love the Siren. Fantastic game.
Siren, just the mood that they managed to build in that game is bonkers.
It is fantastic. So as a person who plays a lot of horror games and especially loves J-horror, I think Siren is just pretty much my top pick. Some people find the games a little frustrating because there's a lot of searching the environment for little tiny shiny things.
Some of the stuff isn't very intuitive, but you can get a guide. It's 2021.
Yep. And just the atmosphere of the game cannot be beat. It's so good. I even ran an RP for a while based on Siren. I still make jokes about it sometimes. But
aw, that's fun though.
Yeah. I had some art from it that I was going to share, and I cannot find it. I cannot find it anywhere. It's somewhere around the house. It'll turn up eventually.
Oh, it's physical. Okay, yeah, that makes it even harder.
And Knox does bring up a good point that if it gets especially weird towards the end, but I'm even a fan of that stuff. It's strange. It's really strange, but it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, I don't think you can really I think as weird as Siren gets, Tsushinoko real, so I think it wins.
True.
I remember I was super just suddenly pulled out of the game in Siren 2 when you see the face on the lady's chest, and I was like, wait, what am I playing?
I understand. There's a couple of weird things like that. I remember in Siren Blood Curse at least, there's a part where you open this drawer and there's just a huge face looking back at you, and I don't really know what that has to do with people turning into bugs or whatever. But other than that,
great.
Yeah. But there it is. My brother was also playing through some of the Silent Hill games recently again, and The Room he played for the first time recently, and how
do you like it?
It's a pretty spooky game, and he was enjoying it, although he had to quit before the end. I think one of the parts was frustrating him too much to keep going. I encouraged him to keep going because I want to see what happens, but I don't know. One of these days maybe he will. Who knows? Come to think of it, I forgot. I just remembered one of the details here that I should fix. Um, let's do this real quick. If the fill tool will not fail me. Okay, that's good enough. And now I'll try drawing up. Puppy.
Puppy.
How cute.
I'll draw something real cursed.
Oh. I've never watched The Thing all the way front to back. I've watched just bits and pieces of it, but it's definitely a classic film that's inspired a lot of other films and books and things I have enjoyed. So.
It's just the I'm obsessed with practical effects, and the fact that like all of the gore and stuff is all, you know, just handmade stuff and like animatronics. Fantastic.
Oh, sure.
But then it just also builds so much tension. Also, the best part about it is the fact that I think the person who made the like poster for it wasn't told the plot of it and was basically given like one night to make it, and then it became that iconic.
Yeah, true. That is pretty interesting. It reminds me a little bit of well, sometimes, you know, the best films come from things that would probably be considered mistakes otherwise. Like when I think back to, for instance, The Shining is one of my favorite films, and a lot of the stuff there like completely contradicted Stephen King's vision for The Shining, but it's definitely the best, far and away the best on-screen depiction of The Shining that you'll find is Stanley Kubrick's, even though Stephen King hates it.
I think he like came around to it years later, but I think it's just because of like public pressure.
Yeah, I can understand that. And you know, since then there was Dr. Sleep and stuff, so it's definitely built a legacy on screen. Even read that. It's a pretty good book too, though. I read a bit of it actually with my brother, and it's pretty good.
I ended up reading it because the hotel that it like takes place in and is based off of is like for real haunted, supposedly.
Oh really? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Overlook, or well, in the movie it's the Overlook, but I guess it probably has a different name.
Yeah, it's the Stanley.
Yeah, gotcha. That's kind of a weird coincidence, isn't it? Stanley Kubrick shooting a film in the Stanley Hotel.
Oh yeah, that is interesting.
That's strange. Shoot, I am suddenly realizing that I cannot remember. I was going to draw Kimmy Spice, who is another alien VTuber, and I suddenly...
Oh, Kimmy!
Yeah, I suddenly remembered. I can't... Where do her hair... Does she have pigtails, or does she... I'm drawing a blank here. I can't remember.
Oh, I want to say she has pigtails, because that seems her style.
Yeah.
I used to follow Kimmy's art way before she was a VTuber.
Oh, wow. Yeah, she's a really good artist.
Yeah, she draws such fun things.
Yeah, for sure. Another classic alien VTuber.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I guess I'll play around with it and see if that looks right. I don't know. Something. Yeah, I think she might have like upward pigtails, like diagonally oriented, perhaps. Something like that.
Horrible, and it's because I'm not using a reference.
Hey, it looks good to me. Though. Nice zoom you got there. Did you watch the special that they put out on Netflix?
I haven't yet. I really have been meaning to. Oh, how do I rotate things?
Rotate. This? Let's see. I know you can grab them with that tool. Yeah. If you grab them with like the selection tool, I think a thing will pop open to the right, and it says like rotate shear. So you might be able to use that.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. Cool. I'm almost positive that I've given her the hair of another VTuber, but unfortunately, that's just the price of doing without references.
It's okay. You can say it's like an alternate outfit.
There you go. Yeah. Everyone likes a nice alternate hairstyle. see.
I really need to watch the new Zim thing. Have you seen Jordan Vasquez's little VTuber-y thing?
I have not, no.
It's not like a proper VTuber, but like it's still like a little avatar for himself for when he streams, which is pretty often these days, and I think it's cute.
Nice. I get you. Man, I really enjoyed the special though. I thought it was fantastic. I would recommend giving it a watch when you can. The strangest thing about me and streamers is before VTubers became a thing, I didn't just not watch streamers. I didn't even watch like Let's Plays or like anything.
Really?
Yeah, videos of people playing things and doing things were just not a thing that I watched. So, but I had a lot of friends who were into streamers at that time. So, call him like he sees. I think that dog does look a little sus now that he mentions it. Just a little bit.
That's surprising though that you decided to get into it without like
what
really
happened?
Much else besides VTubers.
Right. It was just a thing where so the way someone finally got me to check out like anything was someone was like, "Did you know there's going to be a Sherlock Holmes VTuber?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess if there's going to be a Sherlock Holmes VTuber, then I have to try at least one stream." So,
are you like super into Sherlock Holmes stuff?
I do like Sherlock Holmes. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm super into it, but I really enjoy Sherlock Holmes themed stuff. So, anyways, yeah, I checked out a stream, and from there I got on the Hololive train, and then from there I got on the indie train, and then the rest is history. Yep. Fun times. Let's see.
I think pre-VTubers, I was only really into Super Great Friend, who used to do really long plays of obscure games. Like he did a full 100% playthrough of Deadly Premonition, a full 100% playthrough of Chat. What's that game? The one with the dolls, with Sexy Doll and the wood guy.
Oh, Ill Bleed, is that the one you're talking
Ill Bleed. He did a 100% of Ill Bleed, and he also showed all of the deaths that you could get, or like all the ways you could get hurt from everything.
Oh boy.
Absolute madman.
Oh man, when it comes to... Alright, first of all, let me say I love Deadly Premonition. Even though it's really hard to play, it's just a fantastic game to like watch and stuff like that. It's just so cool. As for Ill Bleed, I have some complicated opinions on that, because it's definitely interesting to go back and watch and stuff like that, but I hate playing that game. It's such a frustrating game to play, because it's just like memorization. It's just like, do I check the fireplace, or does that hurt me? Do I check the lamp, or does that like kill me? It's just everything in the game is just memorizing what kills you and what helps you. It's so frustrating.
I think that's kind of why I'm so thankful that like SGF did a full playthrough of it, because I'm like, I'm never going to play this game, but I'm so interested.
Yes, it's best enjoyed from afar, I think. Oh boy, what a game. It's a wacky game.
Well, and then I feel so bad because the creator wanted to make a sequel, but then he died.
Ah, that is too bad. I didn't know that.
Oh, and then JennyVtuber, I used to watch just a ton of.
Okay, yeah. Vinny's. I've seen some fun clips. Every now and then, somebody will link me something and I'll watch. I still haven't gotten into like any streamers other than VTubers too much, but watching those clips, I can definitely see the appeal, and I think I'd be in a better position to watch them now than I was back then. I don't know what it was. It's just like I didn't make the time to check streamers out at any point. It was strange, very strange.
I'm sure your feed is just covered in Germa right now.
It is. Everybody seems to be into Germa right now, and to be honest, there's another streamer I just have not checked out much.
That's totally fair. Like he's a lot, but I guess his streams for his past 2 Dollhouse streams, he's had like over 80,000 people watching him, which is like more than every other streamer on the platform.
I see. Yeah, I keep seeing stuff about that on my Twitter feed, and I guess it would be interesting to check that out. What's he doing in those Dollhouse streams?
So you, the chat, get to control him like he's a sim, and so like if his, hygiene meter gets low, he just feels disgusting and he acts like he's disgusted with himself. If his hunger's really low, he's complaining about how hungry he is. If his fun's really low, he just starts sobbing like while he's trying to do other things. He's just a sim.
I see.
And it's great. And you can buy him furniture, like between every day, chat gets to buy him furniture. And you also get to place it, like in what room and like what spot. It's the amount of effort that went into it, and this one is partially, I think, sponsored by Twitch, so that's why I think it's able to be so large scale. But he's done like wild stuff like this in the past. Like he did the excavation stream where he was out in the middle of a desert digging up rocks with an excavator, and he had like a rock expert on to talk about fossils and things. And then he also held a circuit for chat, and chat could control the like games and stuff in it.
I see. Oh, hey, Kay. Thanks for...
Oh, welcome, Raiders.
I will do a quick shout out of Kay. Kay was actually my first Drawpile buddy.
Aw.
Yeah, we had a good one. So let me see if my shout out command finally wants to work. Hold on. Shout out Raid K Legends. I see. Let's try it. Aha, it finally works. Nice.
Yay.
Okay, but yeah, everybody check out K if you have not. They were playing Pokemon. I think I've seen them. They were doing like a Nuzlocke, I believe, where they had a couple of Pokemon named after VTubers, including yours truly. And it was,
fun!
Yeah.
Wait, what Pokemon were you?
I was, the one that's between Hoppip and Hoppip's Final Evolution. So that, the little, like, cute, round plant Pokemon.
The little green guy? Oh, Jumpluff.
There you go. Yep. And I didn't die. I was
Yay.
one of the first Pokemon to not die, so I can wear that badge with honor. But yeah, good to see you, Kay. Hope you've been having a good Friday night. Let's see. I gotta think of more aliens to draw. Who else is a good one? I know who's a good alien. I can draw the... It'll be really funny if you're drawing... It looks like you might be drawing the same one I'm thinking of right now. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead.
Are we both drawing Dan Aykroyd?
Are you drawing a Conehead? Is that what you're drawing?
Yeah.
I have a funny story about the Coneheads. When I was a kid, apparently my parents took me to see the Coneheads in theaters, and they thought they had scoped it out well, and that it was not going to be a scary movie for kids. But like, we didn't even make it into the theater. We just saw the poster, my brother and I did, and we were like, I don't want to see the pine cone heads.
Oh.
They had to go to a different movie. So I've never actually seen the Coneheads, but I hear that story all the time about how my brother and I wouldn't watch the pine cone heads.
Aw. See, I was like terrified. I couldn't even like watch the commercials for Mars Attack.
Ooh.
Those things just... And to this day, I don't like looking at them, but I still the movie now.
Yeah. Now the cover of Mars Attack, yeah, that always kind of creeped me out when I was a kid. I would see it in like the movie rental place, and it was
Well, and then I think I only ever saw one clip, and it's like when the president is meeting the Coneheads. They're not the Coneheads, the Martians for the first time, and they release, like a dove, for peace, and then the alien shoots it. And it disintegrates, and then I think he starts shooting other people.
Oh no!
That freaked me out completely.
That would freak me out too. At least as a kid, yes.
But the design is great.
Yeah, sure. Oh man, now I'm thinking of They Live.
Oh yeah.
I love watching that just because there's so many great scenes in They Live that just never get. You can watch them any number of times. that fight that goes on like in the parking lot, and it just goes on for way longer than it should, of just Roddy Piper and I can't remember the other guy. Keith David, just running around, just punching each other and throwing each other into dumpsters, and it never ends. It feels like it's going to go on forever. It's hilarious. Everybody should watch They Live at least once.
I agree.
Alright. Let's see. I'm drawing the prince from Katamari Damacy.
Oh, good alien.
Yeah.
Prince is great.
For sure. I actually just played Katamari Damacy recently, I think right before I started streaming, which is a little unfortunate because I could have streamed it. but I played the one on the PC, and it was a lot of fun. Let's see. I wish they'd port more of the Katamari Damacy games to the PC. So,
yeah. Get on that.
Yeah.
Game companies.
Whoever it is. I want to say it's Is it Bandai Namco? I don't know.
Oh, it's probably that makes.
Can't quite remember.
I don't know how to draw his heads.
That's the Mars Attacks guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. Mm-hmm.
Now that I think about it, they're so skull. I guess that maybe is to the scare.
Alright, I have a request to post the They Live fight, so that's a pretty good idea. Let me see if I can find that.
Yeah!
Everybody should watch it. Let's see. They Live full fight scene, 6 minutes 23 seconds.
There's no reason.
Right. Here you go. Feel free to put that on in the background. It's a timeless scene. Did you ever play or watch any of Saints Row?
I played the third one.
Yeah. Well, the third is probably my favorite, but in the one that was right after that, the one about the president or whatever, I guess maybe that was 4. Keith David, does a guest appearance in that, and in it, there's a scene where like you go into his dream, and he dreams that he's like sold out to the aliens, and he's like becoming like the president of the U.S. or something.
Oh no.
But anyways, in that dream, Roddy Piper comes and helps you, and so there's this scene of you like chasing down Keith David and beating him up like in the movie. And They Live.
Oh my god,
it was fantastic.
That's great.
It was.
I remember for Saints Row, like a lot of people said that the second one was like only a little wacky, like trying really hard to be GTA, but like still trying to be its own thing. And then Saints Row 3 just went off the rails, and then 4 apparently just went absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, it gets a little bit crazier each time. That's for sure. I've never played Saints Row 2, but there are a lot of people who kind of say like they wish it would go back to what it was in the Saints Row 2 days. Because even then it was a little wacky, but it wasn't quite so crazy as it became.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I really enjoy Saints Row 3, and it's a fun game, especially if you have a friend to play with, because it's got a great co-op mode. Had a lot of fun doing that. Shoot, I cannot picture what this guy's body looks like at all. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like...
Is it like a little triangle?
I think it's a little triangle, and he's got the little under circle, and then like that.
I see. Thank you.
Or the skirt might be longer. I could be wrong.
Yeah. Let's see. I almost want to say he has like... yeah, never mind. I think I'm thinking of Bomberman. Bomberman has that kind of bean-shaped body.
Oh yeah, Bomberman's cute.
Yeah.
Have you seen that like Bomberman? What is it called? Bomberman.
The new like Battle Royale?
Yeah, the Battle Royale one.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it. It's pretty fun.
It looked really fun, honestly, especially because you have to like move areas or whatever.
Yeah.
Between rounds.
That's true. It is quite fun, and it's of course free to play. So, the only downside of playing it is that there's no real way to like party up with anybody. I mean, you can put yourself in a party, but I think the way it works is kind of weird. I'm trying to remember, because I know there is a lobby system, but there was a reason that my brother and I couldn't play it together, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I don't know. It's not coming to me. But do give it a shot sometime. It is a lot of fun. Alright, I can't remember his legs. I think that's as far as I'm getting with.
That's fair.
Let's see. I feel like I thought of another good alien. I know a funny one. At least my brother will think it's funny, so I'll draw it. Let's see. Also, if you ever run out of canvas space and you want me to start a new one, just let me know and I'll.
Oh, is that a thing? I think I'm fine on space because I like stuff overlapping anyway.
I got you. And you're actually... One of my problems is I cannot draw very small. I don't know what it is. I feel like I take up way... My guests are unfortunately relegated to a small portion of the canvas compared to me. I don't know what it is. So,
maybe it's worth it to like zoom in more?
Yeah, maybe. That might be it. I've been trying to keep it a little zoomed out just so I can see both of us at the same time. But yeah, I see what you're saying. It's funny because when Mariachi and I drew, we filled up 6 whole canvases because I was just like, every time I drew, I would take half the space, and he would take almost half the space. So we ended up doing 6 canvases before the night was over.
Oh my god.
It was nuts. Relegated to the corner, Osborne said. Unfortunately. Did you ever watch the movie Arrival? That was a pretty good alien movie.
I was very impressed with it. I thought it was very fun, especially the fact that it had time elements to it too.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. It was and it reviewed quite well. I think that was reflective of the fact that it was the rare kind of new alien premise that hasn't been on screen too much before. So yeah, I think it was a lot of fun to watch.
Did you see Annihilation?
I did, and I have a funny story about it too. So I watched it. I was visiting my mom, and she wanted to see a movie, and I told her, well, we're going to see Annihilation. I don't know if you're going to like it though. And she said, well, I'll come along anyways. And for the first, half of the movie or whatever, everything was fine. And then you get to that scene with like the bear that's fused with all the dead people. I was like, how is my mom still watching this? There's no...
I'm surprised she didn't tap out when the guy cutting each other open and checking out the worms inside.
Right, exactly. It ended up being a very hardcore movie. I was very surprised she stuck with it the whole way. And so I asked her after the thing, what did you think? And she said it was all right. She's so nice. But it was good. It's just it was definitely not up her alley.
Yeah. I had friends who like scary media who watched it and were like, it was so stupid and I hated the ending. And I was like, oh, I thought it was very meaningful and nice and all the visuals are very good.
That's unfortunate.
It just happens. Some people's taste in horror, or like their interest in what they want to see in a horror movie, is vastly different sometimes.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's always funny too, especially when you get into the point where like you're using Twitter a lot and stuff. Sometimes somebody will throw out an opinion that like seems harmless, like they think, well, everybody thinks this way, so I'm just going to say whatever. And that turns out not to be the case at all. So,
oh no,
I'm definitely getting immersed in that part of Twitter culture, unfortunately.
That's why I run my Twitter kind of like fun, but also I'm like, would I get in trouble if I posted this to the company Facebook account whenever I post anything?
Probably wise.
Yeah. And like, I don't think it's bad to like have hot takes or whatever. I think you just kind of have to be like ready for potential disagreements.
Yeah, true. That's true. Well, listening to your past experience, it sounds like you've actually got a lot of experience on the spicy part, or at least watching the spicy parts of the internet in terms of like internet arguments and things.
Oh yeah. I was just talking to a friend of mine about how the reason why like Twitter discourse is like so intense and people are so like the reason why we see it so much is because we aren't on LiveJournal anymore, and it's not like quarantined to everybody's little fandom blogs where you can just comment there instead of having to like make all these tweet threads and get quote tweeted.
Yeah.
If LiveJournal was back and not controlled by the Russians,
Gotcha.
we would the world would be a much better place.
I see. Oh boy. Yeah, I guess my experience with that time period was I was pretty much what would you call it? I was mostly on like forums and things. So I did my share of internet arguing. I think I'm glad I have that part of my life behind me because it's not it's not a very productive way to use that as much of my time as I was using. I think nowadays I pretty much steer clear of that kind of stuff. Thankfully.
Sometimes I like seeing people's discourse or like at least opinions because I'm like, oh, I didn't consider that. Like, I've seen people talk about like how to make comics more accessible, not necessarily for people who are completely blind, but people with like partial blindness and like ways to make that easier on them. And I think it's been really interesting because the proposed ways have been really interesting. And like, I don't think mainstream comics will ever adapt them, but I think there's nothing wrong with like indies looking into it if they feel comfortable like attempting it. And yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, actually, man, my brother and I were just talking about a subject like that a few days ago. He was saying he was, devoting more of his attention to it than he probably should have while he was at work. But anyways, yeah, he was thinking about, how much of the onus is on video game developers to make their games accessible for everybody. He was thinking specifically in terms of like difficulty and options like that. But we did get into talking about like, even for people who have disabilities and things. It's getting better, but it's a slow progress.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It's kind of like hard because on one hand, I absolutely understand like, seeing part of a let's play of a game and then being like, oh, I want to play that. And then it's just completely like out of your reach because like either you like physically are incapable of it or it's just like not within your skill set, like as a gamer.
Yeah.
Because I suck at FPSs, but there's like I want to play Stalker.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess it's also like you have to consider the artist's intention, which is what I think of when it comes to like Dark Souls. Like, I know Mega Songer talked about it too. Like, it's there to challenge you, and you overcome those challenges. But if it's like a physical disability holding you back from doing that, I absolutely understand the frustration.
Yeah, I guess my opinion on it ended up being like, so I don't think that any game developer has the responsibility necessarily to make a game, easier or even to put in options if they think it compromises their vision or if it's outside of the scope of what they can accomplish or whatever. But that said, I'm also of the opinion that if they do put something like that in, it's okay, because I think some people are like, well, if you put an easy mode in Dark Souls, you would be like, people would be playing it the wrong way. And just maybe it's a hot take, but my personal opinion is, it's not really up to somebody else to decide what's the right or wrong way to play the game.
Exactly.
So.
And like, if we're going to talk about the right and wrong way to like play games, does that mean that we stop people from like doing speedruns? Because like they're playing it the wrong way.
Right. Yeah, it's a tricky business, but yeah. That's pretty much where I fall on it.
Yeah, I think if you have the resources and you're interested in doing it, it's absolutely there's literally like no drawbacks to trying to make things easier, more accessible to people.
True.
But if you choose to not do that, that's also your thing. Like when I played Metro, there was only 2 modes. There was normal and then hardcore, and I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm playing normal.
Right. That's probably where I would fall to. Actually, I'd been trying to stream Metro a little while ago, and I don't know. It seems like it might be a fun game, but I found that I wasn't great on stream for it. I found there were parts where like you're inside the metro, like the not the battle parts of it, but just like the cities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I just had a little bit of a hard time keeping engaged, at least in terms of just making content. So I decided maybe I would just keep it for an off-stream game.
No, I know that I want to play Outer Wilds, but I think I'm only going to play it off stream because I don't want anybody to spoil anything for me.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it seems like I watched my brother play just a little bit of that game, and it seemed like it was really good. But I've not. I've watched a few people do like a what do you call it? A stream of it themselves, and it's always a fun game to watch people play. Because of course there's the frequent death aspect of it. It's fun to watch people struggle their way through it.
I had been wanting to play Disco Elysium, but I didn't want to stream it because there was no voice acting. But apparently now there's voice acting, so maybe I'll do that. It looks so interesting. Like I love the art style of everything that I've seen from Disco Elysium.
Yeah, for sure. It's a game I've really been wanting to play too. I'm not sure how. It's pretty long, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. But I know some people have streamed it. But man, it does look like a lot of fun. You always see the memes from it, and you hear like just about the opening hours of it and stuff. I haven't like spoiled myself on the game, but I've read like the opening hours.
Whoa, Nox says there's Twitch integration for Disco Elysium. What does that mean,
really?
Nox?
Like you can make things happen on the person's stream? I haven't seen that yet.
I need to know about this. I know there's Twitch integration for Dark Souls now, and I'm considering it for my second play. I'm only doing a second playthrough because I didn't do the DLC during my first one.
Yeah.
So maybe this time.
Oh man, I could really go for some Dark Souls on stream myself. It's been a while since I played one, since it felt like for a while they were just going to keep one coming out forever. And then finally, they kind of seem to be taking a break, at least until Elden Rings comes out. And that'll be nice.
Yeah, doesn't that come out soon? Like this year?
I'm not sure.
Or maybe it's next year.
It feels like it's never going to but that said, I'm very excited to play it, and I think we are getting close to the date. I'll let you mention.
Oh no, Luke, that sounds terrible.
You can consider picking, and I think they can rearrange your stats to try to help you with stats checks and stuff. I wonder.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine from what I've seen how chat typically treats people when they have the option to. I doubt there's going to be much helping involved. There's choice voting, and chat can rearrange the stat to make checks easier or harder. Yeah,
that's wild.
Actually, I watched a streamer play a. I think I've seen that actually. If somebody was playing with Dark Souls with Twitch integration, I think. And she couldn't make it out of the opening area because of what chat was doing to her. It was a little unfortunate.
So mean.
Yeah, you gotta have a nice chat.
Yeah, or at least like a half and half.
Let's see. Notably, the stat rearrangement can kill you because your health pools are governed by particular stats.
Oh no,
that's unfortunate.
That you have to have a nice chat to play.
You really do, I guess.
Let's see. Who else is an alien?
Also, I missed your funny Shepard. Are you ready to see my stock benefits?
I haven't played Mass Effect, but all of my friends who did just did nothing but yell about that.
Mass Effect 3. Oh boy.
What a shame, honestly. You could have done something cool with that.
I was a huge Mass Effect fan. I was in it back in Mass Effect 1, back when it was kind of like, it was cool that I knew it and none of my friends did. And then yeah, I felt like really trendy. and then there came a day where, of course, everybody knew about Mass Effect, but 2 is really good, 1 is really good, 3 is kind of... I enjoyed it, but I can definitely understand why it's a huge black mark on the series, unfortunately.
Aw.
Yeah. But, anyways, maybe still something to do if you ever get the inclination.
Yeah, and they just came out with that like remaster or whatever.
Yeah,
I
they
think
did. They did. All the games are together now. Yeah.
that's fun. I know that my friend said that I should play Mass Effect 3 just because in the very opening of it, my city blows up. Uh, but I was like, but I gotta play the other ones first.
I see. I see.
Eventually, I'll get around to Vancouver blowing up.
Yeah, I guess that's probably. Man, I never considered that. I wonder. It's always interesting to me to think about people who have so many depictions of their real life city just being being trashed or destroyed. Like if you live in like Manhattan or whatever.
You just like watch a film, you're like, oh no,
Yeah.
my favorite deli.
Yeah, right. Unfortunately. And yeah, I drew Paragus. I thought he would probably get a kick out of that. Let's see. Yeah, that guy. Now that you mention it, that conehead over there is kind of looking like the man in the yellow hat from Curious George. Now that
It's the face.
funny. Let's see. I guess since I'm doing Dragon Ball Z already, I might just draw Piccolo real quick.
Yeah.
Let's see. Thinking about my schedule coming up, I do have another Drawpile tomorrow. Then I have one more for the end of the month, and then I just really don't have anything lined up for September at all yet. So I've got to figure out if I'm doing anything special, or I might just take it easy and you know, kind of get back to gaming a little bit, or work on my visual novel or stuff like that. Yeah. You have any big
Who are
plans?
you drawpiling with tomorrow?
Sorry, what was that? Oh,
Who are you
yeah, Disembodied Voices. Yep. And he's a cool guy, and he does a lot of doodling streams himself. So, one thing that's funny is we actually did like a test Drawpile already, and I posted up a bunch of the results of that. So this won't be our first run.
Oh, fun. You're already all ready for
Yeah, right. Although now I have to think of a second theme. But other than that, it's all okay.
You should start out with the Homer thing again.
Right. See,
Eventually you'll just be so good at drawing Homer.
Exactly. You have any big plans for September?
Not really. Eventually I'll probably start Dark Souls, but other than that, I guess I kind of want to like ramp up for Halloween. But the thing is, I don't really want to play super scary Halloween games. I want to play cute ones. Like I want to play Costume Quest.
Yeah, sure. I got you. There's a pretty good variety of Halloween-y games now. It's just a popular kind of genre. So
Yeah.
there ought to be plenty to choose from.
I'm glad there's more these days because like I have friends who get salty because Christmas gets so much like rep in things. But I feel like Halloween's really starting to come into the limelight, which is great.
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
For sure. I played a little bit of what is it called? Hide and Shriek with a friend. so recently.
What's that? Is it cute?
It's a little jump scary. but it's basically like you and the other guy are moving around a school, and you're invisible. You can't see the other person, but you place like traps all over the place and try to catch him with your traps. So like he'll walk into something and suddenly this big skull will pop on screen and make this big shrieking noise.
Oh my God.
Basically the two of you are trying to jump scare each other.
Jeez. That sounds like a punishment game.
It does feel a bit like a punishment game. I'm trying to think if I can remember any other cute Halloween games.
I think there were a couple in that big Itch.io bundle. So I might grab from there. And then I think I have an acquaintance who made like a Halloween themed visual novel about like kissing somebody at a party. I don't know. It looks cute,
Mm-mm.
but I don't know how much text is in it, which is the scary part.
I get
So
you.
maybe I could ask somebody to come voice stuff for me.
I see. I haven't tried. At some point, so I am working on a visual novel right now,
Mhm.
and my thinking is what I'd really like to do is be able to do a demo of it on the 19th of next month, because that will be my 6-month streaming anniversary. And when I do, I'm going to be reading it on stream. So I'm going to have to do, theoretically, I have to do a lot of voices. It's not, voices just aren't something I've like experimented with a lot yet. Usually I'm just being myself with like a slightly different accent. But it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And I've never tried like talking that much consecutively either. So we'll see.
Yeah, I remember when I did my big charity stream like last holiday season. I think I streamed for like 6, 7 hours, and my voice was just completely gone by the end of it.
Ooh, I see.
Yeah, you got to pace yourself. You might. Congo does a lot of voice stuff. You might hit him up. He might have some suggestions.
True. The longest stream I've done is probably about 5.5 hours, so I'm still not to that point yet.
That's still pretty long, though.
Yep. That was back when I was playing Hexen. That was probably one of my first streams. Time to break out a Monokuma voice. Yep. Gotta practice my Monokuma.
Oh yeah, I noticed you've been drawing a lot of like cute Danganronpa stuff.
Yeah.
Are you like a fan?
I am. Yeah, that's what my visual novel is actually. Is
Yay!
fan Danganronpa. So the story there is, I've been a Danganronpa fan for a long time, and I love murder mysteries, and I've always wanted to write like a murder mystery. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just making original characters and original setting and original murders, but it is still the Danganronpa type style. So
That's so fun.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Have you seen that VTuber that's just a guy version of Junko?
Junko. You mean like
Inoshima.
Oh, I have seen a guy who was done like his art was done in Danganronpa style. I saw that just recently. Is that who you're talking about?
No, I mean the outfit was her
No.
full outfit, and then the hair was pink except for it was missing the pigtails, but it still had like the Monokuma heads
Oh,
where they would have been.
No, I haven't. So are they a Danganronpa VTuber?
I guess. I think they were drawn by somebody else who I follow, and I was like surprised that they had drawn it. I was like, "You're cool with this? Interesting."
Yeah, there's some people, especially kind of in the earlier days of the indie VTubing scene, who are using Kanon characters in their designs. Which, as long as you're doing it for fun, I guess go for it. But I don't have any like corporate inclinations myself. But if you ever do have corporate inclinations, probably be careful about that sort of thing.
Yeah, or even if you just like monetize your streams, like
yeah,
danger.
that's true. Be careful. Yeah, fan character VTubers. And of course now you got actual corporate VTubers, like you got the Sonic VTuber and stuff like that.
I was kind of disappointed with the Sonic VTuber. Like, I expected more side to side facial movement. I really wanted to see how they'd handle his mouth and his nose. And it's made me kind of want to like teach myself Live 2D just so I can like make a mock-up of what I thought it would look like in my head, and then be like, "Hey Sega, give me money and I'll make this for you.
I see.
Give me your assets, bud."
Gotcha. Oh boy. Yeah, lately I have seen a lot of indie people being like, look how far we've come. We're already the leaders of the Live 2D movement. So people have been really incredible in terms of what they've been able to accomplish, even in comparison to the big corporations and stuff.
Yeah, I was so surprised it like there has to be a Sonic OC VTuber before Sonic existed. Like there's no
I think
way there wasn't.
I am positive there was. I'm pretty sure I had seen some before, like Sonic style VTubers at least. I'm not sure if
Yeah,
actually Sonic.
but I guess having fan character VTubers isn't too weird. I guess it's just the fact that that one guy is like just Junko without the pigtails that weirds me out.
Yeah.
And then there was the guy who was just straight up Kaiji in the Japanese scene.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I do love Kaiji, but that is a little strange.
I think he's back basically as a Kaiji recolor. So like he's still out there.
I see. I see. Interesting. Shoot, I thought of another alien, but I know I can't draw her. I just cannot picture the details closely enough.
Who's the VTuber? Or who's the alien? I guess I shouldn't assume.
I was thinking of Space Patrol Luluco has a cute alien character in it. But I can't remember what she looks like. I think she's got eyes kind of like that. Something like that. I'll just give it my best shot.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's not like Trigger's gonna see it, you're fine.
Yeah, that's true. Oh man, you know what? I realized recently when I was tweeting my reviews for demos, one of the people who who liked the tweet was the developer of Project Downfall. They so they came in and liked the tweet, and suddenly I realized, that indie devs are going to Search and find reviews that I leave on their games, and I suddenly felt really self-conscious because one of the demos I had written a fairly poor review of. I was like, oh no, they're gonna see it.
No, I think you're safe to make reviews like that because, like, how else are they gonna learn?
That's true. That's true. Yeah. In general, though, I'm a very kind reviewer. I think it's pretty darn rare for me to be very harsh on anything.
Yeah, I think you're. And if they complain, that's their.
Yes, that's right. Grow up.
Like, I know that when I played that bad alien demo that we need out on, I still had issues with it because after I stopped playing it to go play a different game, it kept running in the background. And I did not know.
Oh, no.
And it absolutely destroyed my stream and my computer processing power. So I sent them an email. I was like, hey, issue. And they're like, okay, thanks. Thanks for letting us know.
I see. That is quite an issue.
It is. Well, and then I remember when the Hrot early access originally came out, I couldn't stream it because it couldn't handle the fact that I had 2 monitors.
Oh no.
And then it just wouldn't let itself get picked up. And then so it would be on monitor right, but my cursor to control it would be on monitor left. So it was just very confusing.
I see. Unfortunately. Yeah, shoot, that reminds me of something. I guess I was lucky that I was getting in on the HROD demo a little bit later because I might have had that same issue. I run 2 monitors myself. So,
it's just so convenient.
Yeah. I think when I started out streaming, I actually was just doing 1 monitor. The second one has definitely helped quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's nice to just have somewhere else to throw your chat so you don't always have to like play in windowed mode.
Yeah, for sure. That's quite true. Alright. Gosh, I cannot remember how the hair looked, but that's okay. I'll look it up later. I think one of the it was the type that's kind of goth-like and covers up one of the eyes. So.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. She was cute.
She was pretty cute. Let's see. I feel like I thought of another really good alien. It's slipping my mind now. That's Lum, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Classic.
I always forget she's an alien.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lesser part of her character, I think, for most people.
I see.
But that's fine.
Gotcha. Alright. I think I'm going to color her real quick because it's pretty hard to tell who she is without her being blue. So I'll add that in real quick.
Do you have a favorite Trigger anime?
Well, first of all, I love Trigger. I watch all the Trigger I can get. My favorite is maybe, let's see. I know I'm going to say the wrong one because I'm just not thinking right. But I really like Little Witch Academia. And then what else? I'm going to say something that's sacrilege, and you're not going to like it. I've never watched Gurren Lagann.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay. So most people kind of freak out. Most people freak out when I say that. But I have not.
Yeah, I can see that. But, like, I don't know, man. We can't expect people to have seen every single anime out there, you know?
Yeah, true.
We gotta chill.
That's true. I got you. Shoot. But staying that, I know. Oh, and let's see. Kill la Kill was good. Promare is really good. Have you seen that?
I haven't. I meant to go see it in theaters, but then, like, I don't know. I just ended up not. All of my friends went and saw it.
I see.
I was just busy around that time, I think.
I get you. Yeah, but it's a great, fantastic movie. If you're into Trigger, if you just like their animation, that's definitely like top tier Trigger style stuff. So give it a watch when you get a chance.
The designs are so cool, like, honestly.
Yeah. I saw it in theaters, and it was so good I almost considered going back and seeing it again. I can't remember if I either watched it in Japanese or English, and I thought I might like to see it in the other language, but it was very good. Definitely recommend it. Do you have a favorite Trigger yourself?
I guess probably if it's just Trigger, probably Little Witch Academia. But were all the members of Trigger in long enough to be part of FLCL? Because I prefer that.
FLCL is very good. Yes, I can definitely understand that. Gosh, FLCL is a classic. Good soundtrack, good animation. One of the coolest things you could watch as a kid.
Yeah.
I
never watched the sequel.
I haven't watched the sequel either. Now that you mention it, I forgot about that. It was on Adult Swim, I think, and I just never got around to it.
I did not hear good things, unfortunately.
Yeah, I kind of heard the same.
How do you live up to the first one, honestly?
Yeah, that's true. I think it was different, like tonally and stuff. But yeah, I'd still like to give it a shot sometime, but I just haven't made the time yet. Oh man, I just remembered that Ninja Slayer was also Studio Trigger.
Ninja.
It's such a weird show. It's so you've got, it looks like an early like Flash animation is how it's animated, and it's just this ninja. He'll introduce himself. He'll say Domo Ninja Slayer, and he'll fight these like monster guys who are also ninjas, and he kills them like ridiculously quickly, and the episodes are just really short.
Great.
There's almost no anime. It's kind of like, have you ever watched Inferno Cop?
Yeah, Inferno Cop fun.
Yeah, it's similar to Inferno Cop. In that kind of irreverent tone, that kind of it's almost like they're trying to waste your time, but it's still really fun to watch, even regardless. So, it's lots of fun.
Luke, is Turning Girls the thing where they're all guns?
Oh, Turning Girls. That's not like that FM or like the, what do you call it, the little short series where the girls like turn into cars, is it? Because I remember something about that. Alright, let's see. Show where they got a bunch of people who don't work in the animation department to do. That sounds interesting.
Show me that. I want to watch that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick search over. since we still got some time. Let's see.
Oh, completely unrelated, but I found some weird toku show recently just through the fact that it has really cute figures, but it's like I think it is also it's magical girls, but they get gun. But the thing you buy at the store is the kit to make the gun. But now they also have figures of the girls, and they're really cute. I'll post about it on Twitter. They're adorable. I think it's called Gun. It's not called Gun Gal. I think it's called Gun Girl something.
Oh.
I'll find it. It's so cute. But I'm like mad because like the figures are really cute, which is what I found first. But it's a live action show, and so there's not any like. There's no cute anime girls. It's just girls in wigs, and I'm like, this is different, and I don't want it.
I see. Hey, I did look up the ending of Turning Girls just now, and it's very cute. I just posted it in the chat there.
Ooh, I will definitely check that out later.
Yeah. Looks cute. All right. Let me bring back up Drawpile. I'm gonna do a little bit more color while I'm thinking about it. Alrighty there. Actually, I just thought of another really good alien. Have you watched any of To Your Eternity?
No, I haven't.
Gotcha. Well, it's an anime that's out this season. It's been a manga for a while, I think. Although I don't read a lot of manga these days. But boy, is it a good show. I would definitely recommend that. It's definitely my favorite anime I'm watching right now. Just hugely emotional. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. And it's.
Oh wait, is it?
Sorry.
That's not the one about Antarctica, is it?
It starts in Antarctica, yeah, but without spoiling too much, it's quite a wide spanning setting.
Okay.
But yeah, it starts in Antarctica, and it's again, I don't want to give away too much, but it does quickly reveal that it's about an extraterrestrial, and and he kind of learns about humanity. But yeah, if you want to watch just an emotional show, like a real tearjerker, that's the show to watch.
Maybe I'll watch it while I'm on vacation. That'd be fun.
Yeah, good stuff. Let's see. I've got to think up one more alien to draw. Also, that's a really good pose. That's cute.
It seemed very in character for her.
Cute. Alright. Let's see. Who else would be good? Oh yeah, I just talked about To Your Eternity, didn't I? I can draw that.
Yeah.
Although he's a pretty anime boy, and if there's one thing I can't draw very well, it's pretty anime boys. I don't know why. You'll notice that if you look over my Danganronpa visual novel cast, the one thing that's really lacking is just some classic, good-looking anime boys. All of mine are a little silly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
We all have our weaknesses. I'm not really good at drawing muscles, which sucks because I have a friend whose favorite anime boy of all time is Jonathan Joestar. Ooh. And I always want to draw her stuff, but I can't.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, JoJo's is hard to draw. It's a very distinct style, and you got to have, not just a mastery of muscles, but they've got their own way to do it too. So, I can draw a good JoJo's face, but I can't really draw the body. So
yeah, the body is just Iraqi and his decades of mastery. We just can't get there.
That's true. Oh boy. Alright, let's see what I can do. Another thing about the guy is he has a lot of different forms throughout the series. Into Your Eternity. Again, I won't get too much into spoilers with that, but It's
How fan servicey is it? Like,
not at all,
if
really.
he's a pretty anime boy, that's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah, it's actually not no fan service at all, pretty much. I can only think of like one or two things you might consider that, but it's really it plays itself very seriously.
That's fun.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. But the
Last time I
protagonist.
went on vacation. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying the protagonist is quite pretty. Go ahead.
Last time I visited my parents, I watched. Oh, what was it? What's that Ghibli film about the guy who really likes making planes?
I'm not familiar.
As the Wind Rises, I think. Uh, it's good.
Oh, really?
The Wind Rises, yeah. I liked it a lot. I didn't know if I would. And I did see a lot of people say that it was like pro-Japanese imperialist, but I didn't really get that vibe off of it. It just really felt like this dude really loves planes. But I mean, if there was imperialist stuff in it, it just went over my head. So that could also be on me. Who knows?
Yeah,
But yeah,
sometimes I miss subtext while I'm watching things.
yeah, especially if you like don't have the historical context for it.
Sure, sure.
But it was really good. I was like very pleasantly surprised with it. If you ever have the time, you should definitely check it out. I think you'd like.
Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, my Ghibli knowledge is really not what it should be. I think Spirited Away I've seen a couple of times, and but that's like, other than that, I've only seen like bits and pieces of all the others. It's kind of strange.
I've only seen Spirited Away and Princess Mononoke in their entirety. I tried to watch, like Howl's Moving Castle and like Kiki, but something that I noticed in Spirited Away a little bit that's very prevalent in basically every other Ghibli film. There's a lot of meandering and like good for them if that's what you like in it, but the meandering in Howl's Moving Castle just drove me crazy. I was like, please, can we get back to the plot? If this was a 12-episode anime, you could have your weird filler episode, but I'm trying to watch a film here. I beg of you.
Gotcha. Of course. Yeah, they've got some really fantastic scenery and animation and stuff, but I can definitely see what you're saying there. I watched Kiki's Delivery Service, now I think about it, and that kind of has a lot of meander.
Yeah. Like, its meandering is at least a lot more tolerable for me, because even if it does go weird places, at the end when you think about it, it kind of makes sense because it is just like a girl figuring out life on her own, and that's not always like a straight line. So that's fair. But with Howl's Moving Castle, it's just like, hey, suddenly this character is a hot anime man, and I'm not talking about Howl. It's just some other random like inanimate object and I'm like, where did you come from? Why are you here? What is happening in my household?
Yeah, I've never watched Howl's Moving Castle, but I do have a hard time watching a lot of, especially older anime films. I started watching a Lupin film one time recently, and I love the old Lupin cartoon, but I feel like when it goes to film format, they don't have to pack it quite so densely. So I feel like I had a lot easier of a time just kind of watching the episodic format. But
yeah,
not
and
sure.
then you especially get like used to the episode pace. So like when they slow down a little bit, it's like what's happening?
Yeah, I guess so.
I forget. I watched one of the more recent Lupin films, probably from like the 2010s, and I don't know how to put it, but it felt like it was more about Lupin having like an existential crisis about like his identity as a thief. And I was just really confused the whole time, and I think I fell asleep.
I see. Besides, I guess the only Lupin I've watched besides the old cartoon and just a little bit of that movie, I watched the whole Fujiko Mine series, and that's pretty trippy. It was not at all what I was expecting after watching the original series.
Yeah, that went in a lot of interesting directions. I knew some people who really hated it, but then I have a bunch of friends who really loved it. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
It's an anime.
It was interesting. It's got some pretty adult stuff in there compared to the original Lupin. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like respected. But is Fujikomine the anime that screen cap is from, where somebody just absolutely, they didn't even like Google how to use bong so they could properly draw it?
They're like drinking out of a bong. Is that what you're talking
Yeah.
about? I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Unfortunate.
Just, you can look up reference images. They aren't going to throw you in jail for that, you guys.
Yeah. Unfortunate. I didn't realize that's where that came from, but that's pretty funny now. I know.
I think it is. I might be wrong. Oh, so wholly unrelated to anime, but I keep thinking about it the other day because it was so silly to me. Do you know who Destiny is?
Destiny. Not sure.
He's like, I guess he's like a debate streamer or something on Twitch. I don't really watch him or anything, but I have friends who like watch his debates and are fans of him. I don't care. What I do care about is that apparently he was supposed to like debate some white supremacists today, but he had to back out because he was sold ecstasy, but it was actually meth. And then he posted a picture of what he took, and it was obviously meth. And I'm like, you're in your mid-30s and you can't you've watched Breaking Bad and you can't identify meth versus E? I don't even do drugs and I know. Come on.
The weird part is, if you are doing drugs to that level, how do you not? Like, you went to buy it and you bought the wrong.
Exactly. Like, and apparently he shared it with people. Like, other people also took some of this, what they thought was E. But yeah, he posted in his Discord, he was like, I've been up for 32 hours. I don't think that was E. Like, it wasn't, buddy. Oh my god.
AU points out that he couldn't identify drugs. And to be honest, I'm kind of in the same boat, although I did really enjoy Breaking Bad, so I know at least what meth looks like.
Yeah, meth is pretty, like, identified. Like, I don't do drugs, but I read up a lot about drugs because I'm interested in, like, what they can do. I probably still won't ever do them, but yeah. E never comes in that form. E is usually in a pill form. And then even when it's not properly pressed into a pill, when it's in moon rock form, as they call it, it doesn't look like a crystal, which is what this guy posted. Yeah, so if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're trying to buy E and somebody hands you like a jerk-off crystal looking rock, don't take it.
Gosh. This has made me even more wary about ever trying hard drugs. Thankfully, I'm not too much into that.
Yeah, it's, how do I put this? Like, pot's legal here, and I mean, I've tried that, but at the end of the day, since I don't like smoking, that kind of meant my only option was edibles, and those last too long. Like, I don't want to waste a whole day being high. So I just don't. It just doesn't seem worth it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can sort of see that being the case as well. I mean, I guess I've never tried any, period. But that said, it's always been a thing where it seems like even stuff that's legal now, there's so many things you would have to do to get into that. I don't know. I'm probably the guy who would go to buy something and would pick up, like you were saying, the incorrect drug and mess up there. So that would be my story.
It just, well, and then there was that huge issue where people were selling college kids fentanyl instead of coke, and they were dying because fentanyl is incredibly deadly at even the tiniest amount. And it's really starting to get more into the heroin and the coke scene because it's cheaper to make, and yeah, it's a bad thing.
I see. Unfortunate. Shoot, that just reminded me. Another reason I guess I've never thought about that stuff is I've got this old skit drilled into my head I don't even know if I should talk about it, but it was an old skit on some comedy show, and in it, this guy bakes like a plate full of pod brownies, and I think like they end up like stabbing his dad or something, and it kind of anyways it kind of instilled in me like I just can't do anything like this because I'll end up stabbing someone, which probably isn't what would happen. but
Yeah,
but it's
probably
like,
wouldn't happen, but like, hey,
yeah, it's drilled into my
if
mind.
it keeps you on the right track, why not?
Right.
Oh my gosh, some of the weirdest. When I was a kid, I saw this like anti-pot ad where the implication was girl gets high with her guy friend and the guy takes advantage of her, but I was too young to realize that was what was happening, and it just sounded like it panned away, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "What is he doing?"
I see.
Tell commercial. My favorite like anti-pot anything is obviously the commercial where like the girl is 100% flat, like she deflates because she's high, and then people are like, "I don't want to hang out with you because you're like this."
I see.
Or the one where like the girl's dog is like, "Stop, don't do that to yourself." And it's like, your dog, if she's already hearing you, I don't think she even needs the drugs, bud.
Right. She's already too far gone.
Yeah. But I mean, there are lots of like legitimate things to worry about when it comes to pot. Like if you are prone to schizophrenia, like it can like activate it earlier than expected, basically. But I mean, you're gonna usually get signs of that in your early 20s anyways, which is usually when you probably experiment with pot anyways. So question mark on that. But yeah, drugs, man.
Right.
Have you heard of crocodile?
I've not.
It is I won't even call it a drug proper because like I don't think people can't be really doing this, right? But it's like you're kind of injecting gasoline into yourself, and it makes your body decay like instantaneously in those spots.
Oh yeah. That sounds terrible.
Yeah. And like I know people have done it because I've seen pictures of it, but at the same time I'm like, nobody does this, right?
Yeah.
You have to like be really deep into some sort of addiction to like even try it, I think.
Yeah. Golly. That just kind of hearing that kind of makes you squirm. Decomposing parts of yourself.
Yeah. Well, I guess that can kind of happen if you like if you do coke or heroin and you miss your vein. You don't like decompose, but like you get a big bad bruise there. I think there's some sort of like you definitely hurt your body with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I gotcha.
Oh, AU, is that how it's supposed to be? Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
But can't get the drug out of the gas so well.
That's interesting. I wonder if it's like specifically for like coke or heroin since it's supposed to be out of pills. Because I mean, then it would be like, no, I don't know. Maybe I'll look into it later. I'm always curious about this stuff, but like I'm never gonna do it. I just want to know.
Right. Morbid curiosity. Yes. You seem like you do have quite a lot of morbid curiosity. Like you seem to look into a lot of such topics.
I have enough for everything, I think.
I see.
I think there's a lot of subjects that people don't need to know about because they can just come and ask me and they'll tell them and they can just never think about it ever again.
I see. God. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Yeah, one thing I've always thought about myself is that I know a depressingly little amount about trivia, and I feel like one upside of using Twitter more, since I became a VTuber, is that I learn a lot of new things every day. Between both that and streams, I feel like a lot of streamers are just very well versed in terms of trivia. So
well, and then you end up getting just so much through osmosis because of Twitter. It's so fun.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I like it. I'm drawing the Moon and Night from Aqua Teen Hunger Boy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I had to like so at my job, we sometimes, license properties to like make product with those characters on them or whatever. Um and some we've worked with Warner Brothers before, so they sent us like a big list of stuff that like we could look at the contracts for. And my boss ends up like sending me the list because she's like, do you know these properties? And one of them is Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and I'm like, I don't know how to explain this to you.
That would be tricky. Man, actually, now I'm thinking about the idea of explaining Aqua Teen Hunger Force to somebody who hasn't like at least seen a clip or something. I have no idea how you would do it.
I tried to just say it's like raunchy talking food, but also everybody else is like people or a rapping spider. So that's really all I had.
Right? You're like, okay, so there's this giant milkshake and he's always wrong.
God, I hate Shake so much, but I love his voice actor.
That's right. Man, he's in everything now. It's crazy.
He is. I mean, I think my favorite role of his was his character in Venture Brothers.
Oh yeah, man, I love Venture Brothers.
Good stuff.
Yeah, he plays there's like a monk that hangs out with Dr. Orpheus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he starts dating Shore Leave?
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah, I remember the G.I. Joe parody.
Yeah.
Oh man, Venture Brothers is great. I love that show. And he requested Space Ghost, so I will try to draw Space Ghost.
Oh heck yeah.
Love me some Space Ghost.
I'll try and draw Zorak from memory, but I can't promise anything.
Yeah, that might be tough, but go for it. Let's see.
Space Ghost was one of the things that they asked me about.
Oh, really?
But it was like original Space Ghost, not like Coast to Coast or anything. And I was like, oh, it was back when Hanna-Barbera was doing, a couple cartoons, because it was like that. What was the other cartoon they did with Gleep and Glorp in it? And
shoot, are you talking about the original one or the
original one?
Herculoids. Yep.
Yeah. That was another thing I had to explain. I did tell them about Jellystone because it was like that recently that they asked about it.
Oh, really?
But I don't think we ended up picking up any of those. Oh, except for maybe Scooby-Doo.
I see.
But I don't know if people still buy Scooby-Doo things. Like, I love Scooby-Doo, but I don't think people buy Scooby-Doo things.
I know
in 2021.
Yeah, I mean, Scooby-Doo, I think more than any other Hanna-Barbera product, has really stuck on, and it's because there's always a new Scooby-Doo cartoon of some kind. It never goes away. It seems like the movie didn't do particularly well recently, but that's a different story. But yeah, I guess people are probably still into Scooby-Doo, but that said, I don't know your business and everything, and there's probably a certain level of performance you're looking for, so I don't know.
Yeah. When it comes to Scooby-Doo stuff, I just don't know like what its target demographic is and like what that demographic would even want Scooby-Doo like on in terms of items, so
guys. Fair point.
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
The thing that I told them to go with was Batman, because I feel like Batman stuff is like an evergreen property.
Yeah, for sure. That's quite true. There's a new movie coming out soon, the Batman.
Again?
Yeah, it's another reboot for Batman. Yeah.
Really?
Never stops. Yes. The Batman. Yeah. And it's
no offense, Batman, but.
Hey, it's like you...
Batman. Your mom lets you have 20 movies?
It's like you said, evergreen, although it doesn't stop with the reboots, but jeez Louise. There's a lot of Batman.
There's so many.
Yep. This one actually I think features the Riddler in it, so it's gonna be at least a little different.
Ooh. How do you feel about the Jim Carrey Riddler movie?
It's fun to watch on TV. I don't think I would have wanted to see it if I'd seen it in theaters and I had like certain expectations for Batman, maybe it would have upset me. But that said, it's really fun to watch on TV still. So I'll take it.
It was the first live action Batman I ever saw as a kid.
Nice.
And I loved it because it was my first one.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah.
Gotcha.
But when I loved Jim Carrey as a kid, I was obsessed with him. And so it was perfect.
Yeah. I mean, in the same movie, you have the bizarre, twisted casting of Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face.
I thought it was amazing, especially the makeup work.
I mean, it's fun to watch. I'll give him that. But it's a crazy casting decision for sure.
It is, and I guess he hated Jim Carrey on set.
I didn't.
Just absolutely did not want to work with that guy. Could not, wouldn't even talk to him.
That's funny.
Which, I mean, I guess Jim Carrey is kind of a lot.
Probably. Have you ever seen him? Shoot, I watched him in one episode of Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
I haven't seen that. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun show. It's basically Seinfeld gets people in like a car and they just drive and they get coffee and they do a lot of talking.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. Anyways, Jim Carrey was in an episode of it though, and he's definitely one of those actors who's got a lot of philosophical views and stuff, and so he was talking about that kind of stuff all episode. It was interesting.
Nice.
Interesting to see. I think while I'm drawing Space Ghost, I might as well draw Moltar too.
I love Moltar. I love Brack.
Yeah, Brack's good too. I'm not confident that I could draw Brack from memory.
Me either.
Unfortunately.
Brack's design is when you see Brack, you're like, oh, he's so simple shape. But then when you try and visualize him later, you're like, what shapes is he?
I can kind of picture the head shape, but then figuring out where the lines would go to make his weird mouth and stuff is just kind of I don't know, man. I don't know. I should probably also ask how long do you want to go? Because I know it is it's late my time. I'm not sure what time it is.
Oh, it's 10 here. I forgot what time was. We can stop after you finish Moltar.
Okay, sure. Gotcha. We've got a pretty good canvas filled up for sure.
We do. We have so many fun friends on here.
That's right. For sure.
I drew Zorak's hands way too big.
Let's see. Oh yeah, you're drawing Zorak. I see. Oh man. I actually rewatched all of Space Ghost recently. I watched just about every single episode.
Do they hold up?
Some parts of it do. I think the earlier seasons, surprisingly, were actually better than the later seasons. At least in my opinion. But yeah, I would definitely recommend watching at least back the earlier stuff. It gets wacky. It's very fun to watch. If you still like that Adult Swim type of humor with just nonsense.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. Good stuff. I realized as I'm drawing him that I don't really remember what Moltar looks like either, unfortunately.
It's A-okay.
Yeah. I had a friend who used a Moltar avatar for a really long time, so every time I see Moltar, I think of him.
Aw.
Yep. Fun stuff. Let's see. Boy, I really do not remember how this guy looks. Unfortunately.
Let me look.
I'm just drawing his head down.
That's not too far.
Yeah.
I think maybe, hold on, I'll draw it up in my space because I don't want I think after his visor, oh, this is so light. Hold on. He's got visor, he's got this, but I think the red goes like this.
I think you're right. Huh, interesting. Let's see. I wonder if I can do that.
Or am I thinking of Space Marines? Man.
It's definitely got some kind of pattern close to the visor.
Yeah.
Well, let me think. I'll just experiment with it a little bit. Let's see. Something like this. I'm not quite sure. I wanted to say it was maybe just a stripe or something, but well, who knows? I love the
We know
voice.
it's Moltar in our...
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, we know it's Moltar in our hearts, and that's all that...
Yes, right. I love the voice actor for Space Ghost. And recently I just I thought about the fact that he's not really voice acting anymore, and it made me kind of sad. I just like.
Oh no, he isn't.
I don't think he is. I think he's listed as retired now, at least. Maybe he does a voice here and there now, but I miss hearing him in things. He had such a funny voice.
It's so good.
Let's see. He says he randomly happens to have drawn Moltar recently, so he happens to remember. I see. I think it is
he could come in here and own us all.
Right. Heat, help me. Where is the stripe on Moltar's helmet? He can't remember. Oh. Good enough. Let's see. Yeah, we have quite a lot filled out here. If you're done drawing, actually, who did you draw there with "Let me in"? I love that expression.
Oh, that's nobody. I just thought of you're in space and then suddenly in the window.
Oh man, that would be spooky. I love that face. That's a great expression.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right.
I think everybody's gonna love your fan art of them. These are all so cute.
Yeah, I guess. I wish I had some of the details remembered better, but it's fun. All right, and I think it looks really good. I'm going to go and save the canvas right now. Let's see. Like so. And save. All right, cool. Yeah, that face on that one drawing really reminds me of my favorite part about doing the VN so far is definitely just drawing the crazy expressions. I'm going to have some much weirder ones, but I can't show them off until I actually do the visual novel because they'd be like spoilers. But I'm really looking forward to drawing some faces like that too, just crazy faces.
Yeah, I can't wait to see your demo.
Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to. Okay, so I got this saved up. And I want to thank you again for joining me. It's been a ton of fun.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
For sure. So one more time, I think that the two of us both have vacations coming up. I think Jenny is away until the 29th. Is that right?
Yep, I leave tomorrow morning and I'm out until the 29th, but that means that I'll be back to streaming on the 30th.
Cool. And as for me, I'm off Monday and Tuesday. And then I'm also off the whole last week from Monday to Friday. But that said, I do still have the Disembodied Voices collab coming up tomorrow. And I'll try to stream a little bit over the weekend too. Besides that. And thank you, Heat, for being here and for everybody else who joined as well.
Yeah, thank you all for coming.
Yep. Do you have anyone in mind who you would like to raid, Jenny?
Oh, let me check Twitch real quick.
Sure. I like to let the guest guide me somewhere. I'm sure you have some. You're probably following a ton of people just like I am. So.
I don't have okay, so I never like to follow people while they're live because I don't want to be addressed.
Oh, I see. I've heard
we could go to Tomakeys.
That's a good idea. I think that would be great. Man, Tomakeys draws so fast and such.
Tomakeys, I've seen Tomakeys art around for a long time before Tomakeys existed. She's amazing. Her power when it comes to speed drawing.
Yes. And a good sense of comedy too. Just really funny.
Yeah.
So we'll raid in there, and I'm sure it's going to be a fun time.
Yeah. She's playing Gartic Phone, so yeah.
Oh
definitely.
Wow, there's the perfect transfer then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and start the raid. I hope your traveling goes well.
Thank you.
I'll talk to everybody else soon. You'll actually see me again as early as tomorrow morning if you want.
Yeah.
So thanks again.
You'll better show up.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, raid's done.
Yay.
Yeah, thanks again. I think it was a lot of fun.